Yeah, so if you could just let us know. So we've come to a same-sex marriage rally with a Vote No sign on the back of the truck, and just because we're driving past it, we're being issued with a move-on notice, and I just got a fine for not indicating.
And using your horn unnecessarily.
Yeah, and using my horn unnecessarily. So he's writing us out, move on notice.
Writing him one out.
Oh, I'm not getting a move-on notice.
No.
My associate here is, which effectively means that I am too, because we're together and
Oh, you can stay here.
I'm not going to,
Hey, what's your current address, please?
Same as what was on the license.
Have your license plate?
So we're at a same-sex marriage rally and we've got a sign on and we've been stopped.
You hop off the road so you don't get run over.
Yeah.
I'll go have a look in the traffic infringement book, mate. Dennis, hop off the road.
Sorry.
Do your indicators work on your truck?
They do. You at me for an indicator, are you?
Yep, it's an indicator on multiple corners. You've then gotten out of the vehicle, taking your seatbelt off while the vehicle is still moving, attempted to get out of the vehicle.
So Jack's getting a fine for not having his seatbelt on. I got one for not indicating. We're getting a move-on notice because he deems that we're here to be disturbing the peace. Just because we're driving around in a truck with Vote No written on it. So I'll just say it again so everyone knows that we're driving around the city in my truck with a Vote No sign on the back, and we've been pulled over by the cops. We've done nothing wrong, but we've been given a move-on notice, fined for not indicating, and Jack's been given a fine because he didn't have his seatbelt on as he was getting out the bloody door, mind you. It really just goes to show you that we are living in a Marxist state.
I'll clean it right and I'll fully explain it to you.
I wonder if this officer supports same-sex marriage. Is he really enjoying giving us these tickets and these move-on notices? Could have been a caution. As far as I'm concerned, we're exercising our legal rights, just driving around a block with a sign on the back. We have the right to put our opinions, our political positions out there, just as supporters of same-sex marriage do in the park. But it seems that because our political ideology is contrary to the Marxist state that these officers represent, we will be persecuted. We will be persecuted for that.
You should learn how to indicate. It's not hard. It's a little lever next to the steering wheel.
Yeah, and you're not getting any enjoyment out of doing your job today.
Rubbish. Hey, I walked through there and your hand
This
went
copper
like that.
just pushed Jack as we were leaving.
Don't push me.
He really likes his job.
You're the one who didn't push me. I've got the move on order and I'm leaving. But
I just didn't get it on video. I just didn't get it on video. But as Jock went past, this copper deliberately fucking pushed him. He is a...
Dennis, we need to leave now.
That was pretty full on, bro. Hey, you were the reasonable cop today. Thanks for your help.
See you later.
Thanks for your,
Try to learn how to use indicators.
Yeah.
It's the little lever next to the steering
Yeah,
wheel.
because it's all about indicators, right? That's why you're being
It's your poor driving, man.
so persistent today. See you later. He's probably going to go home to his boyfriend. So as you just got in the truck, as we were getting in the truck, he nudged you, didn't he?
Yes,
He fucking bumped
that's correct.
you. Keep that going on this rally as we go past. Is that recording, Jack?
No?
Is that recording? The numbers going at the top?
Yep.
Me and Jack just come into the city today with the vote no sign on the back. As soon as we got to this same-sex marriage, coppers stopped us and put some bullshit thing on us about an indicator and a seatbelt. One of them just about basically did assault Jack as he was walking past to get back in the truck. And one of those cops was pretty reasonable, but the other one, you could tell he was an avid same-sex supporter. An avid same-sex supporter he was. And he thoroughly enjoyed doing what he just did to us. He wasn't just doing his job, he was actually enforcing the political ideology of the state onto us. Because these coppers are agents of a Marxist state. There's nothing more to it than that. Go on, Jack. Just happened to us. Me and Jack's in TBCWA. I own a truck, and during the week had a sign made and went out to just basically do some laps around the city. There's a same-sex marriage rally on and we went past it. Had no intention of getting out, of being confrontational in any way, just driving around in the truck, exercising our democratic rights, and we were basically persecuted by the state. They would say for some minor traffic infringement, but they had a strong motive of being same-sex marriage supporters. And I believe that's the reason why they were so heavy-handed with us. One of them was okay, he's pretty reasonable, but one of them you could just tell he just hated us. And he hated you, didn't he?
Yeah.
He really hated Jack. And as we walked away, he actually gave Jack a little nudge and acted like he didn't, but he knew what he was doing. But minor traffic infringement for an indicator, which I contest, and I will contest this one. But you know, how often have we seen traditional marriage rallies being held around the country, lefties rocking up and you know, going crazy and attacking people and not letting people speak and all this sort of stuff, and the cops do nothing. But all we did was go for a drive in a truck, and okay, traffic infringements aside, even if that was valid, which I argue we're not, we should have still had a right to go on with our lawful business, which was driving a truck around. There's no law against us doing that. But this cop gave Jack, he didn't give me one for some reason, but he gave Jack a move on notice, and he said that the reason for that was that he believed we were there to cause a public disturbance. So, I mean, you've never seen lefties causing a public disturbance at a traditional marriage rally, have you? And we weren't even there to be anything like them. All I was going to do was drive around in the truck, you know, and let people see the sign. Just put it out there that there's another school of thought on this issue. So, you know, the state once again shows its bias against conservatives. How often do you hear anarchists and lefties say, oh, the big bad state, you know, coppers, they're agents of the fascist state, they're out to get us, we need to revolt. They're not agents of the fascist state. They're agents of the state, but the institutionalized ideology that the state has embraced is not fascism. It's not even conservatism. It's progressive ideology, and it's cultural Marxism. And those coppers were acting in the interests of the state and that ideology which the state has embraced. Once again, that's the way the state rolls. Picks on conservatives, protects lefties when they conduct themselves in the most disgraceful manner, and law-abiding citizens go about peacefully protesting, driving a truck, and they get fined for trumped up minor traffic infringements and given move-on notices for driving a truck for apparently causing a public disturbance.